Hey guys, Caleb with White Metal Games here, and I got a quick little video update for you today. Today's update is this Kraken by Reaper Miniatures. Reaper got into this line called Bones a few years ago, and it allowed them to really have some fun with some big sculpts and start to really explore what could be done with miniatures in terms of scale on a very easy access price point. And the Kraken here is a great example of that. I picked this guy up off of eBay, and just a pleasure to paint up. Let's talk about him a little bit. He's a multi-part plastic kit, but he's really easy to assemble. He comes in about 10 or 11 pieces. If you count the tentacles, maybe a dozen. He's just super simple, super fast to go together. Comes with this really cool boat for basing purposes, so as you should see a scale version of a 25mm scale version of the end of this boat, I guess the bow, that he's clearly just wrecked, and he's swimming across it. Now in theory this should be more like in the water and less him sort of over top of it, but for painting purposes it did make it a lot easier. He mounts underneath here with this mast where you sort of tuck him in there, and you can kind of see his copyright info on the bottom. So I put him on this 130mm round base, and I used some of this coarse texture gel to create waves. And then these little guys came from an old dragon base from McFarlane Dragons. I had a few of these guys laying around, so I threw them on there for purposes of showing that he had left shipwreck survivors off of the side of this boat. They're actually a little small for scale, but I think they're more like 10mm scale, or they're 15mm, and this is a 25mm thing. But it even makes this guy look even bigger and more bold, and they kind of get lost down in the water, so it's a moot point. The water actually we painted up with a variety of blues and greens, and we of course dry brush the waves in white, which I find really works well for ocean surf. And then as a counterpoint, we did the Kraken in really big, bold reds, deep reds, light purples. We gave him these big blue glowing eyes, and then these whites for the tentacles, which I think really look nice. And he's got kind of this beak in there, kind of a la the Sarlacc, with all of these black fangs everywhere. He was just a delight to paint. He'll be up on eBay soon. A lot of fun. In terms of scale, this guy is massive. He is, let's see what we can figure out here. There's a ruler. So his base alone, now bear in mind we added this base to him, but the base, oops, that's centimeters. So the base is give or take around 5 inches wide, and then he himself is, there's the tip of the tail. He himself is, when you count the tentacles, about 11 inches long, 12 at some points, and then the body is about 6 inches long, I guess. So yeah, just a real fun model to do. We'll have some pictures up on our Facebook page and our Twitter page, and just be sure to like it if you like this model. We'd love to sell them off to someone who's got an aquatic themed war game going on or the like, and can use them as a monster. CR18 in Pathfinder rules, so not a small monster for a light party. But yeah, there's the Kraken for you. Just another example of some of the stuff we do here at White Metal Games, whitemetalgames.com. Be sure to check back for updates in the coming week. We'll have lots of new updates. We've got all sorts of cool stuff coming up this week. We've got ghosts, we've got a Glabrazu, we've got some wood elves for Age of Sigmar, tons of cool stuff coming up. Be sure to check back with us, and until then, put your minis where your mouth is.